The response when I came out was incredible, man. The crowd came alive, and watching the videos of me strutting like to them, the streamers are just like eating Ray and I up. It was like, this is super cool, and the energy was super cool, super welcoming. I didn't even want the match to start. I was like, just keep giving us dollars and throwing streamers at us. This is fantastic. You got yours? I should get a better looking bag for my robe. Should look like a pro. I have a bag for when I fly, and it fits my suit and my robe and my gear all in it. It's very professional, but I don't like to bring it when I'm doing this stuff. Championship wrestling from Hollywood days are always hectic and not hectic. To this day, I guess I played a producer a little bit with the women's matches, helped kind of put them together, but that's really the only role I was playing as a producer. So I had a relatively easy day. They wanted to just kind of keep me as talent. So this was my first match back from my injury on the Hollywood show.
Who are you going to be wrestling?
I'm not sure. I think it's an enhancement match, which is funny, because that was my first situation with Hollywood. I was Colt Cabana's enhancement. Colt Cabana's got some heavy fucking hands, man. Needed those big double chops, and my little ass torso imploded. There was only 2 of them. On that second one, I was huffing and puffing. Bill's the Beast. Is that my friend Junk Beast Bill? That's a good shitty nickname to have for some. I'm gonna find a show to be the Junk Beast, Peter Avalon. Yeah, Arizona. There he is, the Junk Beast. I started working for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and it was August 2010, I believe our first taping was. I debuted in November 2008. So I started working television very early on. I'm a producer on the show. I am an executive producer for our Championship Wrestling from Arizona brand. That's only been around now a little more than 2 years, so it's still pretty new. And it's regional as opposed to national. It's regional to just Arizona. The current character I do on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood is Professional Peter Avalon, and he's a corporate stooge, corporate goon. He's involved with David Marquez's son, Nico Marquez, who is the minority matchmaker at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. So he acts as my manager. The robe that I am wearing is fairly new. I was pretty Peter Avalon for like forever, probably for 8 years of the 10 years that I've been doing this. It was just, pretty boy, cocky, chicken shit. Recently, when I started really taking my fitness seriously and getting bigger and just, I guess, growing up into a man, I was able to legitimize myself into a stronger character through the writing of the Hollywood show, and I won the Heritage title as Pretty Peter Avalon, held it for a little bit.
Into perfection, Martinis, that's gonna be it! Peter Avalon in with the cover! The champ retains! Your winner of the match, and still Hollywood Heritage Champion, Pretty Peter Avalon!
I turned into Professional Peter as champion, and it really was through a lot of weeks of storytelling. The transition was really good. Now what you see is what you get. You get the tiny trunks, you get the robe, and Professional Peter is a piece of shit. I don't want them to like me. I want them to not appreciate what I'm doing, and I want them to really legitimately despise me. And when you guys were there for the Gregory Iron match, that was the goal. I was like, I think we could get them to really despise me right away, and then we could go in and have a fantastic match. And we did. All I had to do was shake his hand, or try to shake his hand, and switch it up on him to shake his palsy hand, and the crowd despised it. And so I was like, I got the reaction I wanted, now let's go out and have a match, you know, and that's what I want. I want them to I want them to enjoy the match and like the match for the wrestling, but I want them to be engaged emotionally like I was when it came to watching Kurt Angle and The Brood and The Rock and Steve Austin. What's up? What's up, brother? Good to see you, brother. Brother down.
Brother down.
What's up, Frank? Good to see you, man. What's up, big dog? Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get promos and I'll coach him through some pictures.
Don't know how to pose.
Yeah, the photos are good. They're high quality bad poses. I don't think I'm gonna change by the gazebo today. It's cold. It's cold. Usually we're at the gazebo, but not today.
This is like my go-to. Yeah,
That's right. I got my black wrist tape.
I go to the 99-cent store to get my.
Dude, I go to the
Dollar
white. Yeah, definitely.
Dollar Tree.
I had the opportunity that my opponent was a student of mine named Caleb Perez. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was getting into the biz at his age, and the way he's put together and things like that. It's very reminiscent of me. He did very well, and I was very proud of him. He delivered what we wanted completely. I did a gorilla press for the first time ever on him. I got his ass up and I felt like, I'm so strong.
Professional Peter Avalon.
I am a private professional wrestling trainer. I also have a class that's open to the public. Right now I have the class every Tuesday, and right now I have 5 consistent clients. I've had close to 10, but sometimes they end up being just kind of like one-off or 2-off things because they just want to kind of pick my brain in those senses. But some of them have been consistent, so I probably have about 5 consistent clients right now. I feel like what got me into professional wrestling was Kurt Angle. I've always been drawn to characters and people, and I was drawn to anything he did and everything he did because he was a legitimate super athlete, an Olympian, and then he was the biggest dork on television. And then, even though he was a huge dork, he was successful in what he was doing, and it was just, his character I loved it. I loved everything about him, and by staying involved with liking him helped me just kind of get more into it and get into other characters, and it just grew from there. Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker, Kane, The Brood. Man, I freaking loved The Brood. Just characters I just was drawn to, and that kept me into it. My birthday is June 14, 2007. I turned 18. I started training that day with my friend Chris. We went to this school in Anaheim. The city's called Stanton, but it's like right next door to Anaheim. And there was this little gym there that was like an MMA gym that had a wrestling ring in there, and they had these pro wrestling courses. And I was trained by old PWG guys, Charles Mercury, Ronan, Scorpio Sky was one of my trainers, and I've been going ever since. My parents hated it. They hated it. They wanted me to just go to college. I still was I was at university full-time while I was training to be a pro wrestler full-time. And they hated it. They just wanted me to focus on university and go make a real job out of it, you know. It took time. They had to finally see that I'm going gung ho for it. It's not just like, I'll wrestle once on the weekends and cool. It's actually trying to do something in wrestling, you know, whether it's a wrestling side or the production side of things. It's just learning the business as a whole, and they see it now, for sure. It's taken some time, but the past couple of years, they really respect what I'm doing, and so I think it really showed through when my folks came to me and Ray's birthday show. It was smiles and wow, okay, good stuff.
Black Dad's got on Ken. He's not in the back. Oh, Ray. Got to the midsection. Marquez. Stop it. PPRay. Good the win.
I did get hurt a few months back at bar wrestling. It was Ray and I against Crime Time, and I got punched in the face, pretty much. And it was just a punch just gone wrong. Anything could happen in wrestling. It was just something as simple as a punch caught me in the right spot with the right amount of power and momentum to break my what's called the zygomatic process, I think. It's not quite the cheekbone. Cheekbone is this. This is this bridge bone right here above the jaw. And it got popped in, and it's called a continuity fracture, which means it was broken in a few places. So I think since it's a bridge, it was broken in the middle since it was pushed in, and then at where it connects on both sides. So I just had this bone pressed in my face for about 2 weeks before I decided to get it checked out. I didn't think my face was broken when I got it broken. I just thought it just got popped really good, because I've been punched in the face, black eyes, thought I've broken my nose, fat lip, you name it, whatever. You get swollen and it goes away. This didn't swell too much. And I was like, the swelling's there, I'm sure I'm fine, I'll be fine. 2 weeks later, it was another Wednesday, it was another bar wrestling show where me and Ray were wrestling Scorpio Sky and Watts. And that Monday of that week, my face felt weird. Like it was like a weird numb feeling. I was like, something's up. And then I had this indentation in my face that just never went away. I was like, yeah, that's a hole in my face. Wednesday we did the match, probably shouldn't have, but I did. And then that Thursday I went and got it checked out. They took some x-rays, a CAT CT scan, all, you name it. And I was like, yeah, you have a fracture in your face. And me and my roommate, Billy's he's the director of our Hollywood show and of CZW. He was cracking a joke saying like, I knew I had to get the surgery. We were scheduling the surgery, and he was cracking a joke saying like, oh yeah, you're gonna be like when you take your car in, you know, to get a dent popped out, they're gonna put a suction cup on your face and just kind of pop it out. We laughed, like, yeah, maybe. Come the day of the surgery, my boy D-Man takes me to the hospital, and they explain the surgery, and it's pretty much that. It's the dent gimmick, except without the suction cup, they just have to go in and pop it out. So now I got this little scar here where they went in, popped the bone out. I had this weird cone on my face for a few weeks, and then I had to be out for 3 months to let it heal. Joey Ryan kept me involved in the bar wrestling atmosphere, and I got to be a part of the thumb wrestling match at bar wrestling. I think he had just won previously before we did this one at bar wrestling. And Douglas James, who was also hurt at the time with his hip, was the special guest referee. Ray was my cornerman with the towel and everything, and then that was a lot of fun. That was just absurd. I'm in my full gear. Joey, I think, is just in his jeans. He's like, what are you doing in your full gear? I was like, I'm ready, brother. I'm ready for this, brother. The PPRay character and act that we have really was an accident. Like a lot of things in pro wrestling, it's a happy accident, and you kind of run with it if it works. Ray and I really started to really feel, I guess, chemistry, a real energy that we worked well together. So going into this and working together, it's like, man, we have good chemistry on both sides, like just natural. We're not having to do it. We just kind of, and we would think the same. If I was going to say something, he would say it. If he was going to say something, I would say it. It was like, what the hell is this? And we just kind of kept staying involved with each other, and eventually it turned into a team. I still don't know where the fuck the dancing came from.
I think he embraces it more than I do, man. Because I watched, when I was out and I was watching some of the clips of him, I'm like, Ray, damn. And then when we do the comedy shows, and the way he's getting into it, I'm like, damn, Ray, I'm falling behind. I gotta step up my sleeves. I gotta start swinging dong more. My mom doesn't know what to make out of it. She's like, what are you doing? I don't know. Enjoying myself.
Cool. Shit. Hell yeah. What's up? All right, I'll take it. That's not bad. What up, dudes? Hell yeah, what's up? Hell yeah.
So we're all the heels. We're making fun of him. That's something exactly. Gotcha, Daddy.
Bar wrestling, man, was I was nervous for that one too, because I knew the match was going to be more. It wasn't going to be just an enhancement. It was me and Ray against Darby Allin and Priscilla Kelly, and I know Darby Allin goes, Priscilla too. So I was a little nervous in that sense. It's like it had been a few months since I've actually had to really go. So I was like, here we go. It's a test of more so my cardio is what I was like, oh, here we go. All right, we got this.
I don't think there'd be any more PPRay. God damn it, Peter. I fucking love you. I'm glad you're fucking back. And now we can officially start 2019 with PPRay finally reunited.
What I want more than anything is just to make this my life. I'm making my living doing wrestling, but I wanted it to be not only am I making my living, but it makes my life. I'm not so much looking for, superstardom. If it happens, it happens. I'm looking for my own personal legacy. So that's the end goal. If it's superstardom, great. It doesn't matter what it is. I just want it to be pro wrestling.